Hey guys, Sam here and welcome to an experiment video. So the other day I was thinking to myself, the Manchester clubs are doing really well in the Premier League. Obviously Manchester City are absolutely running away with it, but Manchester United are in second and the Chelsea in third, and a lot of teams are struggling below them. So I thought to myself, what would happen if you got the best players of Manchester and the best players of London? Which team would be better? I mean, because London has a lot more teams to grab from, especially Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham, but the Manchester clubs have a lot of talented players and a lot of players in FIFA, specifically in FIFA, that do very, very well. So what would happen if you got the best of Manchester, best of London, and you had them go against each other? If you're going to enjoy today's video, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new around here. The support over the past couple of weeks has been absolutely mind-boggling. Really, guys, it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for all of you that have been watching the videos, liking the videos, and commenting as well. Also, leave your suggestions in the comment section below for experiments that you guys would like to see in the future, because of course, I'm always down to hear your guys' ideas to see what you guys would like to see, because I want to make the videos that you guys want to see. It's pretty simple, actually. Okay, so each city will be represented by the club that is higher on the table. So painfully for me, because I'm a Manchester United supporter, the Manchester club will be represented by Manchester City. Now, bear in mind, these lineups aren't necessarily the best lineups I think that could be made by these teams. It's just the highest rated players in their positions, just to show you what sort of ratings that each of these teams can have. In terms of Manchester, there's only 2 clubs that we're getting players from, so the pool is smaller, but there's a lot of talent. Take a look at the Manchester side with Ibrahimovic and Aguero up front, David Silva as the cam with Mkhitaryan and Bernardo Silva as the 2 wingers. I don't know why Sterling is rated 83. It's just, I don't, even based on last season, I mean, he's been really good this season, but even based on last season, he should have been an 84 or 85 rated winger in my opinion. I could be completely wrong on that. De Bruyne and Pogba as the midfielders. No real defensive midfield in this team, with Otamendi, Kompany, and Bailly as the back 3. David De Gea. So sad to see him in a Manchester City kit. In between the sticks, of course. Bench looks pretty good. Lukaku, Sterling, Sane, my favorite player in world football. Gundogan, Kyle Walker, Marcus Rojo, Edison, John Stones, Fernandinho, Toure, and Gabriel Jesus. Valencia, Matic, Rashford, Martial, Jones, Herrera, Mata, and Romero. The team is pretty stacked. For 2 clubs, Manchester does pretty well for itself. Representing London is Chelsea, and that is what the team looks like. Both teams playing a back 3 because fullbacks just seem to be so hard to come across. I mean, good fullbacks anyway. Morata and Kane up front with Mesut Ozil behind them. Hazard and Sanchez on the wings. Eriksen in a CM position with Kante. He could probably work in that position next to someone like Kante, Eriksen, but obviously he's more of an advanced midfielder. Lacazette, Pedro, Fabregas, Ali, Koscielny, Vertonghen, Lloris, Costa, Aurier, Rudiger, Willian, Rose, Mustafi, Cech, Cazorla, Cahill, Dembele, Ramsey, Arnautovic, Benteke, Dyer, Son, and Granit Xhaka. So many players from so many clubs. I decided to add in Benteke and Arnautovic just to give West Ham and Palace a bit of recognition, because they are also technically London clubs. But really, the benchmark was anybody over 81 rated. That's why the London club has a lot more players, because obviously we're grabbing players from way more teams. Will that make a difference? I'm not really sure. Does depth really make that big of a difference in the league? I mean, it's tournament mode. We've learned from how many times have I done experiments and said it. Tournament mode is just dumb. Both these teams could finish outside the top 4. Both these teams could finish in the relegation zone, to be fair. So without further ado, let's take a look at exactly where these teams finish in the Premier League. And for United, Arsenal, and Tottenham fans, I'd look away right now, because those teams are going to struggle without their best players. Okay, so halfway through the season, that is what the table looks like. Usually I show you guys the games between the 2 teams. I thought today I won't do it and give you guys the opportunity to let me know, would you rather see the simmed games between the teams or not? Or do you just want to get through a little bit quicker and just see the results and see who wins the actual league? You guys let me know. But halfway through the season, it is the London club at the top of the table. 5 points clear of the Manchester club at the moment, but it is pretty clear that both those teams, along with Liverpool, seem to be the big teams at the moment. Watford is up there, West Ham is up there. West Ham, I mean, they only lost Arnautovic, but still, I don't know how they're doing so well. Stoke City is even up there, and Brighton are overperforming. Struggling Arsenal and Spurs in 9th and 10th, but Manchester United has seen the biggest hit, because obviously they've lost so many good players. They currently sit in the relegation zone in 19th position. The London club did not not stop at all. They didn't lose a single game from the halfway point of the league to the end of the league. They didn't lose a single game, which is absolutely crazy. They finished on 94 points, which I think is actually Chelsea's record, or was it 93 points? I mean, that is very close to Chelsea's point record, which Manchester City has a very good chance of blowing out the water this season. Speaking of Manchester City and the Manchester club in general, they finished 18 points off of Chelsea, which is a huge gap. I wasn't expecting it to be this one-sided. I mean, I know the London team is good, but I thought the Manchester club definitely was able to go punch for punch with the London team. I really did think that they could keep up with them, but they've struggled more than I expected. 6 losses, which is the same as Liverpool, but Liverpool were 8 points behind the Manchester club. Stoke rounds out the top 4, which is always nice to see Stoke doing well. A couple of you pointed it out, actually. Stoke seemed to do well. They won the playoffs, that we did the playoff video, and some of you pointed it out that for some reason Stoke is a very strong simmed team. Someone at EA has to be a Stoke fan. Surely someone that programs the simming is a Stoke fan. Otherwise, I don't have an explanation for it. In terms of the teams that lost some big players, Spurs and Arsenal dropped into 14th and 15th respectively, and Manchester United remained in 19th position in the relegation zone. So you can see how much of a hit that really was to those clubs. But I'm surprised. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm very impressed by the London team, but I'm also a little bit disappointed by the Manchester team. To lose 6 games, especially without Arsenal, Spurs, and Manchester United, really they could, okay, let's say they lost 2 games to the London club and 2 to Liverpool. Past that, you should not be losing too many other games with that squad. I'm actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm disappointed from the Manchester club. Willian had an incredible campaign for the London team, 17 goals in the season. Gabriel Jesus, who seemed to be getting some good game time, 13 goals for him for the Manchester club. Hazard picked up 12. Taking a little bit more in-depth of a look, Eden Hazard picked up 12 goals, 7 assists. Harry Kane, 9 goals, 7 assists. Alexis Sanchez, 8 goals. Wanyama played a lot, 37 games for Victor Wanyama. Kante played all 38 games. That looks like a very defensive and solid London team right there. Over at the Manchester side of things, it was all Gabriel Jesus, 13 goals and 6 assists for him. Aguero picked up 9 goals, 1 assist. Mkhitaryan, 8 goals, 3 assists. Kevin De Bruyne, 7 goals, 4 assists. Anthony Martial, just 5 games for him, so he didn't play too many games at all. Pogba only playing 14 games. It looks like Matic was playing a lot. He played a lot of games. Fernandinho played 30 games. Now I know why they lost. The Manchester club lost because they played Fernandinho. It all makes sense now, actually. That is it, guys. That is the end of today's experiment. A nice short one. So again, it comes back down to the fact, would you like these to be a little bit longer and see the games simmed between the 2 teams that I'm showcasing? Or do you like the shorter format and do you like just getting through it and seeing who wins it? I'll have a poll in the top right corner where you guys can vote and let me know exactly what you guys think. And moving on in the future, I'll go with what you guys would like to see. Speaking of what you guys would like to see, if you do have any ideas for FIFA 18 experiment videos, whether they're versus videos or whether there's something completely different, leave them in the comment section below and I'll definitely be reading the comments to see if you guys have any good ideas. Other than that, guys, do leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it and subscribe if you are new around here. I hope you did enjoy today's video. I hope you had a good day. I will see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.